My name is Seppi Gruden, and I think we should talk about
This guy, man. All right.
Are we live? Hey, and we live. Let's
It
go.
was good. It was good, y'all.
What's good?
Yes.
Oh, a lot's good and a lot's bad. So I don't know how we want to go there, but yeah, how y'all feeling?
Oh, I'm taking this L from this Monday. I got smoked, but we win some, lose some. On to the next week.
I lost this week too. Well, the previous week I lost.
Back to back, Drake.
Yeah, I lost.
96, 97.
Yeah. So it's all cute.
Well,
we don't see.
Conversely, I got my dub for the week. What Jameis Winston said, we eating dubs out here.
Hey.
I mean. It is what it is. It is what it is.
What's on the menu for today?
My name is Seppi Gruden, and I think we should talk about
this guy, man. All right.
Let's get into it.
I woke up feeling really misogynistic today.
What else?
A little racist,
Hilarious.
I was looking at these white people with the side eye today, But,
this guy.
that Jon Gruden thing was kind of crazy. I mean, I heard some things. I can start it off, because I was actually listening to this ESPN breakdown about the whole Jon Gruden thing. So apparently it was like an email of like him, Bruce Arian, the dude from Hooters. I was like, Hooters?
Yeah, it's some pros going on. I don't know what's going on.
It's the boys club, but anywho, continue.
Yeah, so I'm over here like, damn. And he's just over here sharing news of cheerleaders. I was like, they must have had OnlyFans in there. It's real spicy.
This guy is a fool.
For me, I think, in short, I just think, someone had to take the fall for that, because how the NFL goes from, probing for,
the Washington football teams, I think.
Yeah, the Washington football team. What's his name? Dan Snyder?
Yeah, because they got caught with the allegations a season or two ago for having wild toxic. Yeah.
Same sort of stuff. Racism, misogyny. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they already removed him from day-to-day operations. But I just feel like at the end of the day, from what it looks like to me, it just looked like someone had to take the fall. I'm pretty sure that more is going to come out. But as far as I'm concerned, I didn't hear anything about the Washington, anything about Dan Snyder.
Oh, that's coming. That's coming. That's not over yet.
All right. You seem to have some thoughts about it. So tell us your thoughts.
No, basically the same thing. It's just first off, it's funny how when the anti-black the anti-black remarks.
Careful.
Oh, it was that's crazy.
We got to get past this. Let's get over it.
No, sorry. I don't mean to talk over you now, but the only thing I can say was the antidote to the argument you're about to make is the fact that a lot of black folks came to his defense. Oh, I've known John for quite some time. He never showed me that side.
They did the same thing with Weinstein.
Even Tony Dungy. I'm like, bro. But anyway, sorry. Go ahead. Chappelle literally had this special.
So, sometimes, I'm a proponent of I really don't trust black people, black faces in high places half the time anyway, because they did something to get there, or they sold a piece of themselves to get where they at. So y'all did what y'all did. Y'all come to his defense, cool, but there's no repercussions. Oh, as soon as Roger Goodell is oh nah, so bring him to the office. Yeah, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Oh, you drafted Michael Sam here. Oh, yeah, bro. You got a $100 million contract with us, but we about to null this right now. Oh,
yeah.
So I find that aspect of it is funny, and also the other funny part is that it's like he caught a straight bullet crazy because he had nothing to do with nothing. They just said,
we do know.
Jon Gruden? What was they talking about? Yeah, you up out of here off of nonsense, but it's your own nonsense.
And it was his personal email too. He wasn't even working for the NFL.
Letting it fly, yeah. It was just, I'm on Monday Night Football. I'm just speaking what I see. Letting it fly.
But he had the privilege.
ESPN ain't say shit neither.
But he had the privilege because he's like, yo, bro, like we communicated all that. And bro, no. So that was his frame of thinking, but I want to get Jamal's opinions on the situation.
I think it relates to football because in football you have such a thing as a play action pass. And basically what I think this was a smoke screen. So yeah, you did have the Dan Snyder investigation, what have you. But, this was kind of like, look at the Jon Gruden and get away from that and kind of distract people. So somebody was going to take the fall, like Seppi said. And, being that there's levels to this shit, Jon Gruden is just a coach. It's much easier to get rid of him than it is to get rid of an owner. Like there's levels and levels of things you have to get through to get rid of an owner. So, yeah, he was just a fall guy on this one. We give you a 10-year contract, $100 million, but you're out of here. Fuck it. We're talking crazy about the commissioner and stuff. The commissioner that all 32 owners had to agree on. I mean, we can't have it. Got to go. So they got him out of here.
No.
Not to interrupt real quick, but I just want to correct Seppi when he had said Bruce Arian email was the corresponding email that it was Bruce Allen.
Bruce Allen,
okay.
Yeah, but continue, Carter.
Yeah, so did I say my piece? So I think my piece is more on the Chappelle side of things than anything. And you guys kind of touched on it. And it's twofold. It's the Chappelle thing, and it's what Jamal just mentioned about the investigation into Dan Snyder and how, it just comes down to whose paper is longer. And clearly, like,
it's levels.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
It's just, I think I don't know who gave me the example. A millionaire was trying to sue, and then a billionaire was like, that's cute, but you don't have the same access that I do. So it's a little like, well, that $100 million, I can replace that, but I'm worth billions, and what I got going on can implicate other owners, right? And it
absolutely.
It just becomes a whole
absolutely. And I think that's a part that's not going to get talked about is that
coming.
I mean, there's going to be a little backlash, but to say that an owner gets posted behind this, for me, I would say that's a lot because then you have to find a new owner for a team. There's a big long process behind it. It's not as easy as the Donald Sterling with the NBA thing. This is more like a strict boys club where there's a circle, and if we don't approve of you, you can't get in. So I feel like it's going to be a little more difficult to do that sort of, make somebody sell a team type of deal here. But yeah, there's going to be a little backlash for somebody. That's definitely coming.
Well, and that final word on that. Let's get to the other hot topic,
which is.
Oh, my boy
Kyrie. Wait. We have 2 Nets fans, right?
I said my boy. I said my boy. My boy.
Oh, okay.
Speak my piece. He's still my boy until he not.
The first round pick on Sunday?
Oh, he can't play. So how am I draft him? Where we go?
Oh, you can draft him. Draft him. They won't stop you.
Like I said, if he can't play, why am I? Hold on. Are we allowing that?
I mean, they won't stop you. He's eligible to play as soon as he does what he's supposed to do. So they won't stop you from drafting him. That's your guy. You just said it.
He is my guy, Kyrie, when he on the court.
Oh, okay. Well,
caveats.
Okay, continue.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so, the Nets just came out and basically said, if you're not going to pull up with the whole vaccine, you're not seeing court time, bro. But we're going to pay you for your away games. You're just not going to get paid for your home. And that's a that's a weird thing to do as well. Like I'm not sure where the reasoning behind that decision came from. I get the first part about not being able to have any court time if you're not going to get vaccinated, but at the same time, the whole vaccination rules are so weird. I keep seeing posts about Bradley Beal. Oh, he could pull up to New York. He's not vaccinated. Play against New York players and Brooklyn players. Oh, but Kyrie can't even play at home. He played for the Brooklyn Nets. But if he was to go to Washington, I could play in Washington, no problem.
Yeah,
so like this. It's a lot of weird. And I
there's
get
some
nebulosity
around it because it's the home team residency. And then you have to manage. But to your point, like if you're coming to,
you shouldn't be able to play. But like it's literally stupid. Like it's supposed to be safety, but now they've taken it to like a bureaucratic, arbitrary kind of
but did you expect
situation. I know, and this is what I hate about it. Because it's like, okay, is it really about safety? If it's about safety, then all the players who aren't vaccinated, y'all can't play it at all. Yeah, that's the case. But you can't say, Bradley Beal, he gonna pull up, he gonna play against our vaccinated players, but my own teammate can't play with me.
Yep. But Jamal, let me get your thoughts. You're another, Nets fan. Well, I don't know. So
you're right. I've been a Nets supporter for about 20 years now.
Damn, how old are you then?
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We ain't new to this. We true to this. It is what it is. But
that's cute.
I mean, listen. This guy, man. I mentioned this earlier. I'm done with this Kyrie guy. It's like there's been flittering stories, random stuff coming up. Whatever, you could gloss over it because at the end of the day, he still ended up playing. He was still a factor on the court, prolific player. Now you don't have that caveat to save you. So when the other BS arises again, you can't even quench it with, I just dropped 40 and 10 last night. You can't even quench it with that. You can't couch it with that anymore. So now all we have to focus on is the bullshit. And since all we have to focus on is the bullshit, the juice isn't worth the squeeze, as they say. Honestly, I don't think he's going to play the season. I don't think he's going to play the season. Like, well, I mean, they said he's not, but I mean, like, I think
he's that stubborn.
He could like, listen, if he takes the shot tomorrow, they'll get in the process of getting him into games and practices. But my point is I think that he won't do it based on the fact of what Carlos said, like he's stubborn. He wants to dig in his heels on this. And there's been other subjects where things have come out about him where he kind of like reneged and kind of like backtracked a little bit, made it a little more PC. And I don't think he's going to do that on this one. I feel like he's going to just dig in his heels. I've got enough money. If this doesn't go the right way, fuck it. I could just, maybe sit out the season or retire, whatever. I hope for the Nets. If KD's foot is 2 inches back of that line, they advance last season in the playoffs. And maybe this is a different conversation. Maybe if they get to the finals and they win, this is a different talk. We got a championship. We're defending champs. Fuck it. Let me take the shot. Let's get back to work. But because that didn't happen, it's kind of like something in his back pocket where you can say, well, we didn't even get there last year. But fuck it. Whatever. I'm just going to stand my ground on this one. And, if I don't play this year, I don't play this year. So that's where I'm at with it.
All right, Sebby, let me get your thoughts on the whole Kyrie situation.
I mean, I just don't think basketball is as boring as I thought it would be to him. I mean, if you're willing to sit on an entire season and, not be there for your team, I mean, do you really love basketball as you say you do? I mean, it just makes me question, like, is his heart still in the game? Because everybody else was like, Andrew Wiggins said it too. He was like, it was either basketball or not play. And he chose basketball and
money
and that too. But you know, at the end of the day, it just makes me wonder, like, damn, is this heart really in there? If you're really willing to like forego an entire season, and I'm happy the Nets decided, like, hey man, you're just not gonna play, because it just makes sense. Because it's like, we're only gonna have you for like 41 games, we might as well just get used to you not having you, period.
Yeah, then you got to factor in maybe injuries or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
like you might as well just play around that you could potentially not play for the entire season. So instead of just,
so y'all see a trade in the future?
Well, let him finish.
I
mean, I don't know about a trade. I mean, who's going to take Kyrie right now?
Oh, that team's got to kick the tires on him. Sure. No, I mean, it'll pretty much be like a bum team, but I mean, the Nets don't care about that. They just want some sort of return.
Well,
they want to.
That's one mandated team.
That's not the issue. That's not the issue. The issue is, I think I read a report that he'll threaten to retire or something like that, and no team wants to take that on. Like, yo, why am I giving? Why am I giving you like the good if this nigga's just gonna retire? But anyway,
sure.
I don't know. Sleppy, you finished?
Yeah, I feel like that was it. Really, I ain't much to say about him. I don't really like.
Yeah. So, a couple things, and I think last episode I was a little harsh on him because I said he was. What did I say? I said my issue with him is he has main character syndrome. Like, it has to be about him. Like, it has to be like, okay, I'm the center of whatever. Like, I think what it is he's trying to find his way, and on a human level, I can somewhat, I understand like that part of it, what he's going through. But you also got to understand the reality of your situation. The reality of your situation is you're playing in a team concept, right? You're getting paid money that a lot of people on this planet won't ever see in their lifetime, right? So you're getting compensated for, the platform that you have because it's in demand, right? It is something that people are gravitating towards. And I think with Kyrie, like the past few seasons, he's, I guess been going through his enlightenment or awakening, but to a default. Like, I think what it is, he's trying to, go Kaepernick, but I think the way he's going about it, it's like he's trying to like say, you know what, I want to stand for the right to choose. It's like your body, right? Your liberty. Your civil liberties and stuff like that. And, I just don't trust the government. Just to see experiments with black people in the past and how they experimented on us and stuff like that. But bro, yeah. But and I understand that, but on the same, like when you went to school, you have to get vaccinated, right? Or else you couldn't go to school. When you had your knee injuries, whatever, you trusted science then, right? To, perform on your knee and do those things and making sure that, you're able to, all right, come back healthy quicker than an average person who doesn't have the same healthcare and access that you have to be able to perform and have your platform again. So my whole grip with Kyrie is like, bro, if you want to make that sacrifice, then make that sacrifice, but you can't have it both ways. That's the only thing I'm going to say about it. Like, everybody has the right to choose, and that's your prerogative, but you can't have it both ways. You can't handicap and handcuff the team and think like, oh, bro, you're going to get criticism. Like, you're going to get criticism with the praise. It's just the name of the game. I can't recall one player who went with just praise and no criticism. Jordan got criticism. Kobe got criticism. LeBron got criticism. All these historically great players got criticism, and you're a great talent. So nobody's above that. So I'll leave it with that.
I agree with. I kind of agree with all of that. The only disagreement I would say is that you go to school, you get vaccinated, but these are vaccines that have been tried and tested for decades. That's different.
And I'll counter with this though. Like, you're claiming you need to do more research, right? And
no, it's not even really about the research, because the research is always going to be skewed in favor of a corporation and of a government who's trying to put people back to work. So it's not going to be.
That's not my point, though. My point is
I understand your point, but I'm saying I disagree with it. It's just that it's just different. I view it as different. Like if it was a vaccine that's been around for a long time, and we've seen the effects of it foolproof, and like the research has been done, not just for one trial, two trial, but for like 6-8 months. It's done on a long-term study. Then I could understand that. But I've taken the vaccine because I've weighed my options, and I figured I'd rather go through the vaccine and go through COVID because I've seen what COVID could do. I haven't seen what the vaccine could do, and I've kind of like, I'll take my chances there. But I'm not going to fault somebody for not feeling that way, even if it is in a team environment, because at the end of the day, this is unprecedented times. And I get it. It sucks because I'm a Nets fan and I want him on the court, but we kind of get really skewed into that.
Yeah, but that's one side. But the other side is, you have a platform that other people, don't have. And what you just made an interesting point. You've seen the effects that COVID can have. And granted, we haven't had years and years of trials to, fully vet out the vaccine, but we've seen pretty high efficacy in terms of how it's helped keep people out of the ICU compared to not having any vaccine at all and just going through that process. So I get what you're saying, but at the same time, him and you, two different cases because of the platform he has. So that's why this is such a big deal.
It's good that you should still always have skepticism.
Yes. Nobody's saying you shouldn't have.
And I'm like, and you shouldn't be, I'm not going to fault anybody for not wanting to fall in line for something that's not technically been like science changes, at the end of the day.
Yeah, of course.
Like I said, my decision was my decision. His decision is fucking sucks. That I wish he was on the court with everybody else.
Yeah. But my whole
you can't
thing
push
is,
nobody, you can give the criticism. You can give the criticism,
but the criticism doesn't stem from this. It's just been a pattern with him, with everything. So it's just like now people are getting shut up with him because of his.
I know it's a straw that broke the camel's back. I already know.
Exactly. Yeah. But
let's move on though.
Yeah, he's acting like Ben Simmons. It was just kind of annoying.
Speaking of Ben, he actually reported he showed up. Earlier this week, I read he cleaned out his Philly place, but then reports yesterday, or was it today, he's saying he's back at the Sixers facility, but with still the intention of getting traded some point during the season. So, what do you guys make of it?
I personally, I don't see where this goes other than him just eventually playing for the Sixers or sitting out. I don't see a trade coming anytime soon.
So who do you think has the leverage?
He has the leverage because at the end of the day, it's like he has the contract. He has how many more years left on his contract? 4?
Something like that.
Yeah, 4 more years left on his contract. He already said, I'm not playing. I'm not trying to play for y'all. You're giving up the potential. Like, it's basically you showing your hand to everybody on the board. Like, oh, this is what I got. We playing Monopoly. Yeah, this is how much money I got. This is what I got. This is what I need. Oh, yeah, I'm about to use that against you to get what I need. And I'm going to swindle you. Or I'm going to try to attempt to swindle you. Or finesse you. Or whatever else. And I just don't see how the Sixers can combat the whole public display of the breakup. I mean, you see him hugging and beating and all of that. And it's like, it's all cute. Look, I can't put it.
It's optics. It's optics.
They may end up making amends and actually trying to play in the preseason, but I just I don't see. Yeah, somebody take over from me.
Yeah, go ahead, Jamal, go ahead.
I said this yesterday. Him coming back was the pivotal point to me in showing that there's an agreement on the table. He's talked to management, and they've all come to the point of saying, we are on board to trade you. And when we find someone that gives us the necessary collateral, you'll be out of here. What they want now is the issue. What you said about the trying to fleece somebody is valid, but at the same time, what is Ben Simmons really worth? There's teams that have offered for 3 first picks for him, in addition to a player or two. Is that not enough? Like, what are we talking about? How many players do you need? How many picks do you need? He's only been in the league, 3 years, 4 years?
4.
Like,
4 going on 5.
Have we
2016 was redshirt season, but sorry, go ahead.
Like, have we gotten enough volume to understand who he is as a player and can be as a player if he's not in this system that he's currently in? Because according to what everybody's saying, the general consensus, he can't thrive in a system like this. He has to get more of a point guard, somewhat like that. Like you can bring the ball up court, but you're allowed to dominate the ball. So who can really accommodate that personnel-wise? Who has the draft capital, the player capital to give back to the Sixers and is willing to accommodate him how he wants to play? Like, who's willing to do all of those?
The Kings were.
Were.
But it's not even just about that. It's just about the Sixers as well. What are they willing to accept as their bottom?
That's really what the benchmark is going to be. And for me, if you think that you have a team that is Final Four worthy, that can be in the conference finals annually, which they do, you get them out of here because you're going to be a player short for the year. Teams are going to come at you with 15 and you're going to be here with 14. They're going to look at him. He's going to be made fun of on social media like he has. He's going to be a team distraction. Get rid of the circus. Get him out of here. Get whoever else you can get back, whether it's players or draft capital or whatever.
Oh, you're just saying fire sale everything.
I'm not saying fire sale. Now, get what you can get for him. Get a couple of first-round picks for him and maybe a player or two. That's it.
Okay, Stephanie, what do you think?
What you looking at?
I mean, this whole Ben Simmons thing is tricky because I've seen all the proposals from like the whole Brogdon to the picks, and like 76ers aren't really budging. I don't even think 76ers or Ben Simmons really came to agreement. I think, to be honest, it probably could just be like a money thing because aren't they withholding some funds from him?
He lost $1 million.
I mean, I'm
not playing.
Yeah,
already.
So, I mean, I'm interested to see how this is going to play out. I don't want to make any assumptions, but I mean, as far as like just him playing with like the team again, it definitely has to be awkward. Like, especially what happened to them last season. I just don't see them really meshing well together. I mean, yeah, we saw the photos of Joel Embiid hugging up on Simmons, but I just don't.
It's a photo.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's not going to be the same. But
it's all cute. At the end of the game.
Yeah. So
it's not going to be the same.
So here's my whole thing with it. The Sixers and Ben Simmons rounds becoming the Will and Jada like Pinkett thing. It's like they're always constantly like, "Yo, bro, I don't care anymore." It's getting to that point because on one hand, Sixers kind of have to leverage because Ben is under contract for 4 years, and I'm not sure if he has a no trade clause. I haven't looked at the specifics.
I'm pretty sure.
But again, I don't want to assume that. I didn't research that part, but I know he's under contract for 4 years. So again, the leverage he could pout until he gets his way, like similar to Anthony Davis. But at some point, it's like, okay, teams are gonna to your point earlier, like they're gonna say like, we kind of know what's up. So I've reached that point with the situation. It's like, on one hand, he was like, Embiid is in my way, da 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 da, and then Embiid was like, it would be nice if somebody could actually shoot when they get the ball like alluding to the play. And then you have Doc Rivers. I'm not sure if we could win a championship with Ben Simmons. And then you had the video circulating social media for 2 minutes and 14 seconds of Sixers plan calling Ben Simmons all types of name after scoring Game 5 and Game 7 against the Hawks last playoff. So it's a lot of, and you know how Philly fans are with their sports. They take it very seriously. So you have a lot of friction going on. And honestly, I'm over it. So
I don't care what they do at this point. I just want something to get
like, it's annoying. But what else we got on the menu?
I actually want to throw a little wrench into stuff.
Actually, let's talk about the NFL. You know, week 5. What did you guys think of week 5? Like, what were some things that caught your eye the most?
Jamal?
Yeah, I actually wanted to talk about that specifically. I wanted to pick your guys' brain about who you think was the best team overall. You've got 5 or 6 teams that are 4-1 right now. The Cardinals. Right now. Okay. The Cardinals are
Oh.
the only undefeated team in the league, surprisingly. 5-0.
Wait, who made that Cardinals pick last episode? I'm curious. Who made that Cardinals pick? No, okay.
Yeah, you got real cute today.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess you had to win somewhere last week, but anyway.
Cute.
We have Cardinals undefeated at 5-0, and then we have teams like the Rams at 4-1, the Tampa Bay Bucks, Green Bay Packers, Dallas Cowboys, Los Angeles Chargers, the Baltimore Ravens, and the Buffalo Bills, all at 4-1. So, if you had to pick a favorite out of those, 7 teams? Who would you say is the strongest of those 7?
The Bills.
Strongest.
In the AFC?
General. Out of the 7.
No, Seppi, you said the Bills. I want to know his reasoning. Go ahead.
I mean, I like how the Bills built their team. You know, they took their time. They watched Josh Allen develop. They developed the defense. And as for the offense, they acquired a lot of people. Emmanuel Samuels, Cole Beasley.
Yep.
Also, I'm John Blank.
Cole Beasley.
John Brown is still injured, right? John Brown.
The
wide receiver.
He actually signed with someone else today. I forget who it was.
Oh, okay. But sorry.
But yeah, I mean, they got off to like a rough start in the beginning of the season, but they're 4-1 and they blew out the Chiefs. Like when you watch that game, like the Chiefs did not have a chance at all.
Nope.
like
in Kansas City.
Yeah, exactly. And to be honest, like I've never seen Patrick Mahomes play so pedestrian, like in my life. Like he was just throwing interceptions, and I have him on my fantasy team, and I was stressed. I just couldn't believe he was playing like this. I was like, not my homeboy, but yeah, just to see just how dominating the Bills were. I mean, just on both sides of the field, it's just, yeah. I mean, I think they have a good shot of like actually.
Oh, they're the best team in the NFC and AFC.
Yep, overall.
Yeah, overall, man.
That's a good pick.
So Malcolm, since you interjected, what's your pick out of the 7 that Jamal listed?
Jamal, list the middle three.
What do we have? We had the Chargers,
Cowboys,
the Ravens, Chargers, Ravens, Bills,
Packers,
and the Rams.
Packers lost their number 1 cornerback. They ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, it's always for me. It's for the Packers. It's always going to boil down to their defense, and even then, the offense. I remember you was in the chat, Jamal, talking about the Chiefs' offense looking. No, it's Chris was talking about the Chiefs' offense looking real pedestrian. Packers' offense these last 2 weeks looking as well. They could have lost to the Bengals, but yeah, I want to say the Bills, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
I didn't expect that. Just tell me your reasoning.
They don't really have nobody but Lamar Jackson and Marquise Brown. When you really think about it, they should.
What about Mark Andrews?
He's pretty decent. He's decent.
He's a safety blanket, but are you gonna say that's my weapon? That's gonna get me to. That's gonna take me home. I can't say Mark Andrews. Like, I'm not like disparaging him as a player or anything because he's good, but I'm not gonna say he's the reason as to why Lamar Jackson had exploded last night or whatever. Like,
so why are you picking the Ravens?
So I'm saying, like, they really shouldn't have this record. They're eking out the games that it's hard to win in the NFL, and I've seen teams like this. Like, you could have a bad team or you could have a mediocre team, but you win those games that you're not supposed to win.
You pull out games that you should lose. Yep.
Yeah. It gives you the confidence, and then you get to the games that you 50-50, or you should win, and you start rolling, you start building confidence. And I'm seeing the confidence, especially with Lamar's throwing after last night's game.
Yeah.
Last night's game. I'm like, all right, this could be, recency bias.
Yeah.
They beat the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Who
the Colts last night.
And the Colts aren't like anything to write home about, but their defense, it wasn't the worst defense.
It was the comeback. It was
the basic thing is that they're finding out that they can win games, however. So
exactly,
that's the most important thing. It's easy to win where you're in front. You're up 20. That's easy. Cowboys. But to know that you're down 20 or you're down.
That's why you know Cowboys. Okay.
Yeah, like to know that you're down 20. And you can come back and win in the second half when you I think they only had 3 points in the first half.
That was not Lamar.
Lamar had less than 100 yards passing, and he had 300 plus and 4 fucking TDs in the second half and overtime.
Lamar Jackson is 5th in passing, 8th in rushing in the NFL. Dog, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a fair point. What about you, Carlo?
And when I say 8th in rushing, I mean 8th in rushing, like
overall. No.
For running backs as well. Like,
it's insane. It's insane. But it's tricky because I like both of these teams, and conversely, it's both the teams I picked last episode. But the team I have slightly ahead is the Cardinals. I just like Kyler Murray has a slightly better Lamar in terms of the system that they're running in Arizona. He has D-Hop. Obviously, AJ Green's going to revive himself. I kind of alluded to that before the season started. And you have a veteran like wide receiver who used to be the number one on his team, and the team wasn't very good. And he comes into a new environment with a decent chance to win. He's going to find himself revitalized. It's the Lazarus effect, like I call it. So they have AJ Green. They have Rondale Moore. They have Christian Kirk. Yep, Christian Kirk. So Chase Edmonds. Obviously, they got rid of
in the third down back.
Exactly. Their goal line back, and then they got rid of Kenyon Drake, who you lamented last.
This guy is a bum. Oh,
but anyway, so I just like overall what they're doing, and then their defense. Like when they play the Rams, they play up to the opponent. And that can get you in trouble because if you're playing down to your opponent, you're asking to get beat because it's very hard. Like you said, it's very hard to win in the NFL. But the Chargers, they're like right there for me because they're winning games that, Herbert got drafted last season. They were losing close nail-biters, but they're now, like, look what they did against the Browns. Well, they came back in the fourth quarter. They went berserk. It was like watching the 2017 Warriors win that first season with KD when they did like what? Oh, wet.
You get
that lightning strike. Yeah.
Wet. Yeah, you up 20. Now you down 4. What? Oh.
I hate to say that, but for the Chiefs fans, but they kind of look like how the Chiefs did a couple years ago, like that lightning strike.
With Kareem Hunt, you have Austin Eckler in the Kareem Hunt role. And Austin Eckler, he's been looking like Austin Eckler.
Deadly, yeah.
I know you're happy about that.
Oh, absolutely. We have Mike Williams looking like actually number one.
Chris got me with him on some live, boy.
And then you have Keenan Allen, who actually hasn't been going that. He's been
facing a lot of coverage, and that's what opens up Mike Williams. Yep.
Exactly.
So they play off each other.
Yep.
And Guyton and even Cook is doing a little bit of work. So Yeah.
Jared. Yep. Cook. I was about to say Van Jefferson, but I realized he's on the Browns.
He's an
LA team.
The other guys, yeah.
Yeah. But again, I like slightly, but I like the Cardinals as the best team in the NFL currently, based off of the past 5 weeks. Even though they're 5-0, but it's more than that. Jamal, what about you? Since you posed the question. So we got Bills, we got Ravens, and we got the Cardinals.
Cardinals. I'm gonna go with the Bills as well. And why I say that is because I feel like they're gonna walk the division. I feel like they'll sweep and go 6-0 because there's not really
it's trash.
Yeah, there's nobody that will really put up a contest to them except maybe the Patriots.
Who's in their division?
The Patriots, the Dolphins, and the Jets. So yeah, they're gonna walk them. And the only reason I could see maybe they lose a game in the division is I think they play the Jets week 17, week 18 maybe. And if they have things locked up, they might rest everybody, and maybe the Jets win that game. But aside from that, I can't really see them losing a game in division. So they're already 4-1, and you plug in 5 more division games since they already played one. They're already double digits. And there's only a couple more teams that they may have to worry about being 12 or 13, maybe 14 wins, like the Chargers and possibly the Chiefs, maybe, and the Ravens. So it's looking spooky for them. So I won't really mention them, but definitely the Ravens should be in that conversation, and the Chargers. So They could have that.
Yeah, the Bills got a cupcake schedule.
Were there? The Chiefs turned.
They'll probably walk like 12 wins.
Nah, it might be 13 because the only game I see that they have on their slate that's
but guys, what did you guys tell me, the newbie, about divisional games?
Oh yeah, but it's real.
Divisional games are tricky. Divisional games are tricky because you're playing these people twice a year. Each team is playing you twice a year, and you don't like each other. You develop bad blood. So absolutely, it's never a lock with division games. We're not saying that, but it's pretty much a high likelihood based on the composition of the team and composition of the other teams. So the reason I asked that is we could say for example, Zach Wilson, he's been looking, timid as a pro, but it could be some lies. Like, for example,
at the end of the season, he could
improve. Absolutely, he could improve. He could end up playing maybe.
For example, Davis Mills from the Texans, 3 TDs this Sunday against the.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. On any given,
of course,
Sunday,
any Sunday can be.
Patriots game in New England on Christmas. I'll give you that one. That I don't think the Bills gonna win that game, but I can't see them losing to the Jets multiple times.
You can't see it, but how many
it's possible. Of course, it's possible. But the likelihood that you would put your money on, the likelihood, aside from injury and everybody's coming in healthy, the likelihood is that they're gonna win at least 5 of these games in the division.
They got the Titans, Dolphins, Jaguars, Jets, Colts, Saints, Patriots, Bucks, Panthers, Patriots, Falcons, Jets. I'm seeing 13 wins for the season.
Yeah, like the only one you would really make like a full question mark is maybe the Bucks, because I believe that's in Tampa. So aside from that, even in that game, they'll still be 50-50. Like they could go head up with the Bucks and win, But yeah, for the most part, they'll be double-digit wins regardless. Then
I'm looking for that Ravens Chargers game next week.
That's gonna be fire. That's gonna be fire.
I need Brown to do that same thing.
Justin Herbert, Lamar. I don't got nobody on them teams.
And as an aside, tell Michael to stop sending me Keenan Allen for Austin Eckler. I'm not gonna do that trade. So no. But anywho, final thoughts on the NFL, and then looking ahead to the NBA season before we wrap it up, guys.
I guess so.
I'm just interested in beating Carter in fantasy this week.
Okay.
They say you try to go back to back L's, smoking L's, buddy.
All right.
Okay. All right. Be careful for what you ask for. That's all I'm
Laugh
saying
now,
about
cry
that.
later.
Go ahead, Ness.
And Mahomes press.
Final thoughts on NFL.
And then looking ahead to the NBA season that starts Tuesday the 19th.
I'm gonna go Homer. The Giants can't catch a break. Shut it
Is
down.
Daniel Jones coming back?
Shut it down.
He's questionable. We don't know yet. He's questionable.
Saquon, shut it. I like.
Well, you don't have to worry about Saquon. He's not going to play for the next 3 weeks.
That's what he's alluding to.
Yeah, it's like, shut it all down. Shut it all down.
Y'all play the Rams this week? Clip clap.
We getting I got Matthew Stafford. I need him to run it up because the last 2 games he's been giving me L's. So I'm gonna need him.
Well, you know what's probably gonna happen. He's probably gonna throw like 3 picks and have like no touchdowns now. Yeah, I mean,
that's bad juju.
I mean, listen, we've seen weird shit. It happens.
Look,
that East Coast travel is different. I don't know why.
That bad juju, I'm putting on Cowboys. I want them to do so well. I want them to win 15 games this year. I want them to get the number 1
they can lose in the wild card.
Yeah, they're not gonna play the wild card. I want them to lose in the divisional.
Yeah,
home, pull up 28-24. Whoever they play, they won. Go home.
Oh, you are a hard.
That's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking. Yeah,
you are a horrible person. Jamal, final thoughts on the NFL and looking ahead to the NBA season. Starts on the 19th.
Well, I mean, as far as the NBA, I'm curious to see how things shake out. I don't know if I believe that the Bucks are going to repeat.
I don't know.
I'm curious to see how they do. Okay. Let's take it tight. NFL wise, I'm looking forward to that Ravens and Chargers game. I'm taking the Chargers in that though. But looking forward to that. And shout out Josh Allen. Shout out Tyler Bass.
Hey.
Got me that dub. Yeah, I mean.
You don't hear this, so you play again.
And waivers we trust. And waivers.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Subby took it right. The words right out of my mouth. Waivers we trust.
Mr. Waiver Wire.
Yeah, but anywho, NFL, looking to get back on track in the win column in fantasy by making one roster spot. It's always been back-to-back weeks of not making the right. Anywho, but that's overall, just looking to see how the Cardinals and Chargers do, because for some reason those 2 teams have been like, as a person who hasn't followed the NFL that closely, they've been catching my eye for some reason. So I'm looking to see how Chargers do. The Ravens, I didn't look who the Cardinals play, but looking to see those 2 games with Kyler Murray, getting there with his legs and his weapons. And then NBA season, I know we didn't talk about the Lakers. Westbrook spazzing on his trainer, like you said it properly.
Send me a screen. What is this? Send me a screen.
Yeah, being a hothead, but it's gonna be an interesting season. I'll say that. It's the 75th.
AD.
This is gonna be the 75th NBA season. So a lot to be in store. So again, get ready for the draft on Sunday, you guys. I don't want to hear no crying about, why you trading the number 1 pick or none of that.
I have the number 1 pick.
Who's going first, Seppi?
Yeah.
Nikola Jokic.
Hold on, ain't you last?
Yeah, but I'm for a second round, so worry about that.
All right.
I ain't worried about that.
I ain't worried about that, my man.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear no crying.
Ain't nobody crying.
That's all I'm saying. But anyway,
I don't know if I'm crying in the NFL, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Nobody below 500 on the here.
Actually, 2 people are below 500 under here. Actually.
Yeah, but only one of them won this week.
But you're still 40% win rate. But anywho, if somebody can't do math. So anywho, this is the kind of the trash talking we got going on. Smoking Numbers, episode 5, and with that being said, you're gonna see that. Go ahead.
Like, subscribe, share, hit the bell for notifications for anything. Let's get this going.
I don't like panhandling, but you guys do the right thing. We're trying to grow this channel. We're trying to, get up there. So, like, subscribe,
We
comment.
can do fun things.
share.
We can start live streaming, watching the game.
Once we get to a certain point, so, follow, like, all of that, and you have our socials. But with that being said, that was episode 5. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And with that being said, we are out.
Peace.
Later.